Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing? I hope you've all been good. It's been a little bit of time, but not too long. Wow. Let me just tell you, it has been busy and it's been such a change to go from working on my book endlessly, just day in, day out, drawing, coloring, watching YouTube videos, watching movies, TV shows, just still working, still making art. But I have to tell you, now is the real work. You thought making the children's book was the time where you're working hard? Oh my gosh. This is the time where you're planning, you're doing your marketing, you're trying to figure out how you're going to sell this book. You have to put yourself out there, you have to take yourself out of your comfort zone. And for me, I have not really been going on social media. I pretty much barely posted anything at all. Like I posted most likely just my aerial silks most of the time. To now I'm literally trying to pre-plan a month ahead. I'm trying to plan carousels, reels, all sorts of things. Hello everyone. So if you don't know me, my name is Ariana, but I do like to go by Ari's Travel Sphere. And I chose that name because I think I have this just deep love for traveling, exploring, wanderlust, pretty much taking yourself out of your comfort zone. And I guess I just, I really like the name Ari's Travel Sphere. I made it with a friend a long time ago and it just stuck with me and it's not going away. But today, I didn't know what to talk about. I was debating on, talking about my book cover or my new logo design, but I just feel like this is so fresh right now and I really, really want to capture everything that I'm going through, what I'm thinking about, and it's basically hopefully to inspire you, anyone who's listening, if you want to market something like, if you have a book or if you have an art piece or a clothing line, like it doesn't even matter. You just have some sort of thing that you're working on and you want to market it. I think this will be a great talk just to discuss, my marketing plan, just some ideas, how I'm approaching it, and how I'm pretty much like just stepping into a completely new world from being in my little cave by myself, literally barely talking to anyone. I mean, a few friends, literally, that's it, to trying to put myself out there, doing this video, being able to talk about everything that I'm learning, like making funny videos and reels and designing posts. It's funny because I can honestly say that I really genuinely love doing this, but there's just this internal fear inside of me that I'm gonna get judged or someone's gonna be like, oh, they're so annoying. Like, oh my gosh, they're just selling me stuff, blah, 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 blah. And I'm not a good salesman. I don't like to sell anything. I'm terrible at pushing things onto people. But I think I've come to realize that if it's something that I'm really strongly passionate about and it's something that I really believe in, then I feel comfortable, talking about it or telling people about it because it's something that I truly love and I genuinely want more people to know about it. So I think, if it's a product or item or whatever it is, if you believe in it, I think that is the thing that will really shine through whatever it is you're trying to sell. Yeah, so I named this title. I don't know if it's gonna stay or not, but so you made a children's book or you made something. Now what? You've completed this big project. I don't know, whatever it is. What are you going to do next? So the first thing that I did was I began planning out my social media because I was not posting anything at all. And I just kind of, I looked at other artists, like not even just artists, like anyone, just people that I really admire. And for me, I like people who are just genuine and silly, and you look at their profile and you know exactly what they represent. Like, I'll give you some examples to help. Because for me, when I was trying to figure out my branding, it was really difficult with just pencil to paper. Like, oh, what's your brand? What's this? What's that? It was easier when I thought of it on an emotional level, like emotionally who I am and what items and things am I passionate about. So an example that I will give you is there's an illustrator artist that I'm actually working with as a creative coach, and she's amazing. But I was looking at her reels and I was trying to get inspiration. And as I looked through her reels, it became clear her brand and everything that she represented. She is a children's book illustrator. She just had a baby. She's passionate about healing your inner child, being in the moment, being present, doing what you're passionate about, going on your own creative journey. And it did inspire me so much, and it was just so great because I'm like, oh my gosh, you are my mentor. You're like helping me out. So it's also, by the way, it's so important to try to get a mentor. Like, honestly, it's really important just to have someone to like look over your stuff or cheer you on, because at least for me, I feel like I could get swayed or like distracted easily, and I don't know anyone else in this realm at all. So it's really, really nice to have someone in the field that can at least give you advice, tell you what it's like, tell you what works, what doesn't work. But anyways, so after watching her reels, I would have to say I kind of came up with a clear idea. For some reason it just like clicked. It popped in my head, and then I started to think about me, what do I want to represent? What types of people do I want to attract? And I want to attract weird artists with crazy hair. By the way, I got my hair done. If you can see right now in the video, my hair is literally half half. It's half orange and half like a lime green yellow color. And I have to say, having your hair colored, it kind of gives you confidence. Like, the truth is, I know that people are going to look at me more, and it kind of prepares me to be seen. Having my hair like really weird, bright neon colors that no one else has looked at, for me at least, is like, I know that people are going to be looking at me more, so I am ready to put myself out there and show my face to the world. So that could also be good advice for you if you want to put yourself out there and just be a little bit more comfortable in front of the camera. Get your hair done. It makes such a difference. It does for me, at least. Like, when I get my hair done, oh my gosh. I really wish that I could bottle that feeling up. Just bottle that feeling of getting your hair done. It's just, it feels so good. So, for my brand, I guess it just came to me. And the thing is, I want to attract people, I want to attract people who are artists who are also trying to grow their own brand pretty much from the ground up, like from nothing. Like literally, you probably have like a side job and you really want to be an artist and but you're afraid to and you don't know how to approach it at all. This is like from the bottom, from zero. And I do have experience as a graphic designer, but it's very, very different because I worked like a job. It's not a freelancer, not a business owner. This is a whole nother realm. You have to wear a lot of hats. So I'm learning everything as I go and I'm sharing it with you all and just hopefully inspiring you to do it too. Like just as I explain like my marketing tactics, it can probably help you and ideas can pop into your head. So yeah, my brands, like when I think about it, it's colorful, it's dreamy, otherworldly. My colors are very clearly like purples and blues in all my past work and in my new children's book that I worked on. I like very dreamy colors and I like to be humorous and funny. I really like South Park type of humor. I like doing that type of comedy. I've done some acting in college. It's funny because I'm introverted, but I love to sing and I love to act and it's like there's a part of me that wants to be seen, but I'm also introverted at the same time. And I think there's a lot of people like that actually. It's kind of a thing. So I pretty much just leaned into that goofy, silly side of myself that like acts like a weirdo, and I have all these weird characters that I can act as, and then I tried to just tie it into being an illustrator. So I thought about like how can I combine my weird, silly humor and combine it with being an illustrator and trying to become like a freelance illustrator and a children's book illustrator. And I just put it together. But for me, I guess my brand is just like genuine, honest, quirky, silly, colorful for sure. I love colors. I'm like all about colors. And I don't know, I'm still figuring it out. The thing is, I think as you grow your business, you learn more about what you like, what you want to represent. But the main thing is you just have to start. And that is the hardest part, I swear. Like, I don't know why. Trying to make the reels, like when I was trying to make my first reel, I was just like so uncomfortable. I'm like, oh God, this feels so weird. I haven't done this in so long. And trying to make my social media carousel posts where you like swipe to see like tips and stuff. It was just scary to do. The first thing I would say, if you're marketing and you really want to sell stuff, is just do research. For me, I went on Pinterest and then I found pins that were like children's book illustrator. I clicked on the pins. Most of the pins were stuff like, so you want to be a children's book illustrator, steps to becoming a children's book illustrator, like, just all these pins. And then I clicked on the pin and then I would find an illustrator that I really liked. And I found a few illustrators and then I started looking through their blogs, and their blogs immediately inspired me. And that's pretty much how I came up with my blogs that I came up with for the month of September. And this is going to sound so crazy, but I wrote all 4 of my blogs in about 2 hours. It just flowed right out of me. And I did not copy this other illustrator's blogs. She just had her own, thoughts and ideas. And I just looked at her content. She was talking about like, like brushes to use, or like what it was like for them doing their children's book. And then I just tried to connect it to what I have just been working on for the past 7 months. And the thing is, I feel like if you're open to receiving new information to help grow your business and you really focus on it, it will come. It might take some time, but it's just, it flows right through you. And you just have to be open to it. Do your research. But yeah, it was such a good feeling when I wrote those blogs. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like I made Google Docs with the blog title, and then I just wrote tips um like design tips while working on my children's books, or what I've learned after creating my first children's book. And the best part of it is all of these documents that I made separate documents for each blog. I turned them all into, I used the titles of them, and then I turned them all into pins. And I made a bunch of pins with different types of titles, and I just used different backgrounds. And then I had about 18 pins designed. And then I turned every single blog I made also into a social media carousel post where it has the title, and then you swipe and it just gives you each tip. And yeah, so basically if you come up with one idea, you can easily transfer it to multiple media types. You can turn one idea into an Instagram post, a blog post, a reel. And that way it's easier because you're not like coming up with every single little thing. Like I used the same swipeable reels on Instagram and LinkedIn. I used the same reels on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram. So if you think about it, it's actually not that bad. You just have to make sure that you have it up there. And literally, I have to say, the biggest lifesaver, and I feel like I think I knew I was going to do this, is batch creating. So creating all of your posts, and then use like a social media scheduler. And all you have to do is, so for me, I use Metrocool. There's a bunch of other social media schedulers. I don't know. I don't remember why I chose it. I just, I asked ChatGPT. I was like, what are the different options, blah, blah, blah. And, I think they're all pretty similar, and it's free. The one I'm using is free. I think you can pay and you can post more stuff or something like that. I don't need to post a crazy amount because I'm still figuring things out right now. But yeah, so I'm using Metricool, and I'm using that to put all my pins. I scheduled all of my pins, all of my carousel posts. So that is basically where I started, like literally from nothing, not posting anything, in my room, staying away, not even really opening social media, going days without being on social media, to this is, it's a lot. But I really, really think this is so, so, so important if you really want to market yourself now. And another thing is hashtags. I created hashtags specifically around self-publishing, being a children's book illustrator, being a using Procreate. So just have your hashtags ready, put it in a notebook, have that kind of stuff ready for you so you can just copy and paste, which makes it a lot easier. My next goal in this marketing journey that we are both in is I am updating my website, and I'm going to create a landing page that talks about my book, so that if someone comes to my website, it it just talks about my book. It's talking about my journey, what inspired my book, a little bit about the book, like a blurb about it. Um, yeah, so I have to do that, and then at the end it'll be like an email sign up, and after that I will have to come up with an email flow, like a 1 to 3 email flow. So it would be something like, "Thank you so much for signing up. I I'm so excited that you're on this journey with me." And then like another email could be like more behind the scenes, more personal. I think what I'm realizing, and I mean, this is what I personally like. I like artists who are genuine and real, and they talk about, um, everything, not just the highs, the lows also. I really love artists that talk about their journey, because I think we are all on a journey together, figuring out what we want to do in life, what we're passionate about, and how we can, make a business out of it, because it is possible now. And it's so cool that you can find people who just love you for being that weirdo that colors your hair or moves to another country by yourself, and you can make a living off that. It's possible, and it makes me very excited myself, even though it is stressful and scary, but absolutely worth it. The one thing I tell myself every time, because I get so scared about people judging me or being like, "Oh, this girl, she's so annoying." The thing that helps me is, when I'm old, I don't want to regret not doing it. Like, even if this whole thing fails, even if nothing works, like, I think I would I would rather have tried than not tried at all. And I think that is the number one thing that keeps me going. I don't want to regret anything. Like, I really want to make the most out of my, like, everything that I have, and I don't want to regret it. I want to at least say that I have tried, and no matter what, I learned something. So yeah, I'm currently working on just, redesigning my website, making the email flows and the website design. I'm going to keep it similar to my social media branding, so I think that'll help it be a little easier for me. And then the next thing that I'm going to work on would be coming up with tiers, because it's good when you're selling something to have like some scarcity to and urgency when you're trying to sell something. So what I came up with was, for tier 1, which is like the you get more stuff, the better one would be, you get physical items. So you get the book signed, you would get a handwritten note, and you would get an art print, like a postcard sized art print, as well as stickers or a bookmark. So I'm still figuring it out, but I figured something like that would be really, really cute. And then for my tier 2, which is a little bit, a little bit more affordable, less, I figured for my tier 2, I would be doing digital pieces. So I'm thinking I would have a digital coloring page, so an outlined page of one of my book pages, and like a desktop or iPhone wallpaper of one of my drawings from the book. So tier 1 would be more physical, and then tier 2 would be digital. And I think that is a good, I like that. So yeah, so I'm gonna do that for my 2 different tiers. And I'm gonna have to research, printing companies where I'm gonna get these stickers, my art print. I'm gonna have to do all that research. And the thing that I am realizing is, things take so much longer than you thought it would take. I honestly thought that I would be able to upload my book in a day, and it took 4 to 5 days. just because of all the errors with margin and bleed and just colors. It's just literally, it's forgetting to check box something in the export. It's something as small as that. So, yeah, so I'm working on the website right now. I'm working on my entire social media plan for the month of October. And I'm actually aiming to do even more social posts. I have a goal of 3 reels per week. I'm currently just doing 1 to 2 reels per week. I know that I can do it because honestly, reels are not too difficult. I think I overthink and I'm like trying to create like a production like theater stage with my reels, and I'm realizing when I watch videos, some of them are literally videos of people sitting there with a text overlay and them just looking at the camera. I'm like, I don't need to overthink this too much. I do want my videos to be fun, and I like, having characters and silliness, and I want creativity, and I want people to enjoy watching my videos because it's silly and funny, and I want there to be some wit and relatability to it. But I'm gonna have that goal, three reels a week on top of everything else that I'm doing. I have to say, I think for me, I think the most difficult thing has been putting myself out there. Like that has been probably the hardest. It's I'm so scared, and I'm like when I'm working on these videos, I just go through these moments like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to be in like getting in the way, or I don't know. It's like I was so comfortable like in my room alone, but yeah, it's like, you just take it one day at a time, and I am getting used to not caring. I think that is the most important thing. Just do it, don't think about it. But yeah, I think that's about it, I would say. This was a lot more than I thought. My brain has been so filled with ideas, and I have to do this and that and this and that, and I was just like, this would be such a great thing to talk about, because I'm sure there are so many people who have a project or something that they're working on, and they don't know what to do, or how to market it. And I figured, I have everything fresh in my head, everything that I'm working on, this whole marketing plan, it's like fresh in my brain. And I just really wanted to talk about my whole marketing plan and how I'm going to handle it like in the next 3-ish months. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end this because this was kind of a long one, longer than I expected, to be honest. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for listening to me. Let me know if what you liked me talking about, or if you want me to discuss anything else, or just say hi, honestly. Like, I think we're all on our own journey, and it's nice to not feel alone. So, yeah, thanks for listening. See you later. Bye.